What's up, gang? So I just got done talking to my lawyers. They said I gotta pull down that last video. No, psych. I'm my fucking lawyer, nigga. Okay. So, anyways, here's what's going on. So, I can make sense of what I want. Other people can't. I make sense of what I want. I put my full mass into life in every single direction. Not just what's physically happening, but what's physically possible, the future, the past, everything, right? I put it in every single category of life and I master it, right? And somebody says, but it's not fair that you get to have what you want if I can't, right? Okay, now this goes into, if you get what you want despite it being unfair, it'll justify me being unfair towards you. Now, what this means is, they're saying, I will mass you towards death and suffering until you figure out how to do it for me as well. Okay? But here's what they'll also do while they're doing that, because they know that what they're doing is jealous and wrong, because once they say that they want the same thing, then I can say, yeah, but you would do this. That means that you would do this for yourself if it was the other way around. They know they can't say that, so they avoid it. So here's what they say. They say, you are entitled if you think that you deserve what you want more than everyone else does. You're entitled if you mass harder to get what you want than I do to stop it, right? Okay, boom. That's where all that is. That's what all they do. Okay, now here's where they go. Here's what happens. Now, obviously what's going on here is that I have a full logical reach, which means that I can logically reach them because I can make sense of things that they cannot. And so that means that I can reach them in every way. They cannot reach me in any way. So what this means is, as of now, without empathy for them, I could just keep getting what I want and say, fuck you, nigga. Fuck you, I don't care. And that's what can happen, right? Boom. They couldn't do anything about that. They would just be like, life is unfair. I hate rich people. Steal from the rich. Rape the rich. You know, all that shit, right? So here's what goes on. I have empathy because I understand that it's irrational to see people getting what they want when you cannot get what you want. That's empathy. I understand that if I was in your same position, I would want help. I would want to figure out how to solve this problem. And so I cannot blame you. So I relate to that. In order to protect that concept of myself, I choose to protect it in you, right? So here's the thing. I cannot logically reach you. Wait, no. I can logically reach you. You cannot logically reach me. But my empathy forces me to intentionally expose myself to your concept so I can help you figure out how to logically reach doing whatever you want, right? And here's what goes on. I'm threatened because I can accept and allow what I want to happen, but you cannot. If I get what I want and you cry, it's not fair. How would you feel if you couldn't get what you want, huh? How would you feel? Then because I didn't care about that concept for you, you can now kill my concept of me getting whatever I want with that. So I have to be concerned whether I like it or not. And this actually prevents me from being conceited. It prevents me from being an asshole who thinks he's better than everyone and doesn't care about anyone else. That's what it does, right? But here's what goes on. Because of this empathetic pull, which forces me to pull back because it would be unfair and you're threatening me, right? It means I am threatened by your false authority in that I agree that it is unfair for me to have what I want when others can't. But it's also because at the point of us getting what we want, where I put in my mass and I put in the structure logically and say this has to be what life is, I'm right, therefore I can get what I want. But you can't figure out how to do that. You say, I'll fucking cut you right here. I will cut you right here and you won't even make it that far and you'll never get what you want anyway. That's what you guys do. And so here's what the full structure of what's happening is. I can have what I want, but I have concern over other people that don't know how to do that. These people threaten me, and so I have concern over the people that are in my life at the time of me getting what I want. But I realize these people cannot logically reach me in the way that I can. Not only that, if they were to try harder to reach me while being illogical, their structure of attack would collapse on themselves, bringing harm to them. I have empathy because I understand how infuriating it would be to not get what you wanted forever, right? And so here's how it is. In order for me to help them understand how to get what they want, they have to watch me get what I want, whether they allow it or not. Meaning, I have to get what I want regardless of whether they accept it. Now, they fear that happening because what they fear that meaning is that I can do whatever I want and they can't, and that they're left behind and forced to suffer. That's their fear. That's why they won't let it happen. That's why even when it makes sense, they're like, no, it's still not happening for me. Fuck you. Fuck you. It's still not happening for me. It's not fucking fair. Right? And that's why me being successful is wrong to a lot of people. This is the whole reason right here. So what happens now is I'm going to get what I want, right? I'm going to get what I want. And you guys are going to be like, no, because the logical thing, you're right there. There's no way it's going to happen for you. We got everyone. No, you don't. You're all fucking lying. You think everyone's as dumb as you are because you can't see how anyone else would know things that you don't. But other people have become successful. Other people have become famous. Other people have done things that you can't. It happens all the time. Boom, you're fucking retarded, right? So I get what I want and you threaten me. Now I have the authority to attack you if you threaten me. But also, I can now say that this is the only way for you to be exposed enough to the idea of getting what you want, that it's actually the right thing for me to do. And so now, as I get what I want, the previous insecurities that I had, that somebody could say, it's not fair that you're getting what you want and I'm not getting what I want. But here was the thing. When I wasn't getting what I wanted, I didn't look at others and say, what the fuck? That's not fucking fair. What the hell? No. I didn't do that. All right. Now, there was a time where I was criticizing art, but I was criticizing art because there was a space in which it wasn't physical, where we were discussing everyone's ideas of what art was. And when mine was correct, everyone just became superficial and attacked my art. And so I became a bit of a Hitler at the time and just said, fuck all your art then. Fuck you niggas. I was right and y'all just fucking ruined it. Y'all ruined my shit and now I can't ever make it right because you're fucking assholes. And so I was a Hitler for a while. Any person who made art, I could point out why it was bad. And that even includes Tyler, the Creator. As much as I respect his art, I can point out how his art is bad. I can do that with anybody. Anybody can do that. Well, no one can do that with me, actually. So, all that being said, previous insecurities I had caused that whatever I wanted to manifest in ways where there were security holes and fears that allowed people who could not reach me to have access, because I was willingly accessing myself to them, making myself accessible in order to figure out how to help them understand how to get what they wanted. But now that I understand the whole situation, it means now all the things that I want can happen without that fear, without that irrationality, because you can't even logically put in enough concept to stay stable, to maintain stability and prevent yourself from collapsing. Because remember, your idea is that because you can't get what you want, I can't get what I want. Yet we've seen me get what I want whenever I have no concern for how you feel. Which means that those same threats that you're throwing me about how you can still do this and you can still that, I can still do this and I can still do that. And you need to understand that I figured out how to get it. I figured out how to do the impossible. You didn't, and you're threatening me. You get what I'm saying here? You get what I mean here? So you're gonna stop doing this now, all right? That's over, you're done. Fuck. All right, so yeah, now I'm safe, now I'm secure. There's no breach of security because I'm no longer insecure. I know I'm safe, I know I'm stable. My structure maintains stability. Theirs doesn't, unless I choose to be empathetic towards them, which is pretty much me going up to them and saying, hey, what's wrong? And getting within arm's reach so they can stab me if they want. But now I'm not gonna get within arm's reach. They're not gonna get close, because if they try to challenge it, they'll be too irrational. The environment will respond with aggression and kill them, because they'll be hurting the environment by not being rational, by not being logical. So now we have everything. Now where we are is just the last thing I gotta solve. All these guys, right? These guys that I was being empathetic towards, they're all like, yeah, but now you're dead ended and you don't know anybody and you're not in the position. So how are you gonna get there now, huh? How are you gonna get there now? I'm probably just gonna fucking kill you. Like, I'll be so real with you. You're a bitch for this. You're a fucking whole ass bitch for this, dude. But anyway, I'll figure this out. I'll figure out how to explain why all the things that I want can still happen despite the dead end that you have me at. So yeah, let's go.